So, to my dad and other family members, to my former friends, this is another video in which the evidence becomes more blatantly, aggressively, just obvious. And I'm posting these, and this is probably the first one that I'm going to send to you in a long time, Dad. Um, But if you see this, see the imagery on here? The only enhancements that I've made to this video have been to brighten things and to show you things in a slowed down motion later. But these are things that are seen more easily in dim lighting, which shows up darker in cameras. Now, by adding, changing the brightness by the contrast, that is not adding anything into like what was visually captured. That I'm not adding anything that wasn't there. So, and first of all, I wouldn't do that to begin with. I don't benefit from that, and then I don't have the skill sets required to add in, like I can't do video editing, and that's like CGI stuff. And anyway, this is what I'm experiencing all the fucking time. Do you not see these visuals? These aren't just like a flat visual projection either. These are three-dimensional holograms. And holograms may seem like, oh my god, that's such a like sci-fi thing. Holograms are not sci-fi anymore. I have literally seen these things as I've described Dad and Robin in the videos of the Grove, where in the picture of the thumbnail of the video, there's a picture of a three-dimensional bicycle and a three-dimensional icon of a man that somewhat represent what I saw with my eyes. Unfortunately, not I couldn't capture it with my camera phone because it was dead. So they don't usually show me the good stuff. But hey, they've gotten away with so much obviously blatant shit, like threatening to do something that I've captured it on YouTube weeks in advance. Hey, I'm in the same hotel where they swelled my knee up, and they're threatening to swell it up again, and they swelled my knee up again. And it's so fucking insulting for Robin and for you, Dad, to literally not respond to that immediately with, "Oh my God, I am so sorry," because that cannot literally be schizophrenia and a naturally occurring like attack or a set of problems and a resulting swelling of the knee malady that is impossible to happen naturally. And you cannot argue that it can be. Not within a trillion chance. That is literally impossible. And if you want to argue something within a trillion chance versus what I have continuously told you is what's happening, then you are the dumbest bitch in the entire world, and you already are the dumbest bitch in the entire world. Oh, I just insulted you, Dad and Robin. Like, I don't have a right to be mad at you. You've literally wasted years of my life not having my back. You have literally blocked me from moving on with my life by not following the path that no one should have objected to, which was get this thing investigated properly and quickly and immediately so that people can stop suffering and we can get a class action thing going. And then I wouldn't have to hit you up for money to not be homeless, Dad. So you literally drove your son into homelessness, Dad, because you literally would not do anything but aid and protect terrorists over your own son. You literally are continuing to do that. And I literally will not tolerate it anymore. You will literally not be part of my life anymore. I will never love you ever again. I hate you and hate you, both Robin and you, Dad, so much more and more with every passing moment. I am literally suffering more. They're making every day more excruciatingly painful. And they're always taunting me, like, then your dad will never believe you. Maybe he does believe you. And they constantly go through these things where they have you on soundboards and they act like you guys are like coming in to save the day by being so blatantly, arrogantly blind to the possibility that it could be happening. But they've done it so much that it's just a thing that they do it to such spectacular levels that like even the first time they did it, it was like it's something that someone would have to respond to. But because no one does respond to it, it's so maddening and so aggravating, and it would drive anyone, to blowing up at like, to like having noise complaints like as I used to, and drive other people perhaps into hurting themselves or hurting other people. But not that you guys care about that, because if you did care about that, you would have done the right thing a lot longer ago. But I'm gonna send this. I'm gonna send this. You better watch this fucking video, Dad. And like, I don't even want to hear. And I'm sorry. I want an immediate rescue, and I want that investigation done like the army of people that you should have sent in over 3 fucking years ago. And like, don't ever doubt me ever again. You fucking failure. You fucking horrible human being, and you fucking piece of shit. Like, be the fucking man that you should have been over 3 years ago, and then get out of my life forever. Like, you believe? Like, look at that shit, and I see that with my eyes without the aid of a camera. So it's not any sort of special filter on it. I've just changed the brightness on it, and like the gain and the contrast and the shadows. Like that's what I'm telling you. Sometimes I look in the mirror, and then they make it look like my face morphs. Because it does look like my face morphs. People have seen it like standing next to me at the mirror, or watching me, watching earlier videos where my face morphed. But it wasn't like, I guess it was too poor of a, of a piece of evidence. Like, oh well, I guess that was just, it's not that good of a quality. It's really hard to get a good quality video of something happening in the dark when it's already like mostly transparent. It's really hard to capture a 90% transparent holographic video, or three-dimensional, whatever you want to call it, three-dimensional experience. That's probably which is probably overlapping other bullshit that they're doing, as it more slowly morphs into other like nonsensical, usually perverted bullshit. And it fills the whole fucking room sometimes. It's three-dimensional. See, like when I move the camera, you move through the fucking holographic twack, as I call it. And the twack changes, like even if you're still, it will still morph in front of you and change into other stuff, like random shit. And then sometimes it seems like it's computer, like dynamically created by computers, and often at times it appears to make use of projection mapping, and it often is perverted. It oftentimes will have or appear to be like something sexual, and then you look more closely at it, and it's like, oh well, it's obviously meant to look like that at a glance, but like you cannot deny this bullshit that's being projected in my fucking room, and be like, oh, that makes sense that that's happening. That doesn't seem like it's related to like the schizophrenia that Kip is experiencing. Watch the trailer for my YouTube video. This is a suite of technologies that is meant to be used for crowd riot control